Everybody, it's me, Andrew. Get out into nature and tune in for yourself. Resonate with the Earth's electromagnetic field via 432 Hertz, the universal frequency. Balance out psychologically and emotionally, and further strengthen your brain and your heart coherence as well. Get a plant-based diet going for yourself today and nurture yourself right back into life. We are literally herbivores in nature. Further balance out your physical body's pH level and get with alkalinity. Then you can generate some static electricity. Send me some love telepathically. Set attention to your mind and set intention to communicate. That is all there is to telepathy. You are now tuning in to great days. Today I'm going to pretty much go over how the gut is our actual second brain. And I'm also going to pretty much comment over a video that I'm going to play for you guys to pretty much bring in a professional on the matter so I can widely express what it is that I want to get out to you guys. So I'm pretty much just going to comment what I know about the gut being the second brain over somebody who is in a lot of knowledge and understanding of the gut being the actual second brain. So today's video is the gut is your second brain. Now, so the gut is literally your second brain, okay? Because there's so many nerve endings that actually all come to the gut, and these nerve endings are literally allowing you to bring in a sense of rest and digestion, which is a whole different intelligence in itself, you know? This is more of an intuitive intelligence rather than having to go into full depth thought processing. It's more of just a knowing, intuitive knowing, you know. That's why they say trust your gut, because your gut is trying to make a decision that your body already knows. You don't have to think about it with your brain's function. Rather, if you just trust your gut, your second brain, it will lead you to the correct way in life very much more fluently, you know, rather than going through a thought process, okay? And the music in the back right now is actually 528 hertz, which 528 hertz corresponds to the solar plexus chakra. And the solar plexus chakra is the chakra at the navel or the gut. So you should be feeling that sense of pull from the gut right now, or a slight correspondence to your gut right now because of the 528 hertz, obviously. But yeah, let's get into this. I'm actually gonna put on the video and we can watch it and we can all go over how the gut is the second brain, and I'm further going to help you guys to come into a understanding of how to cleanse the gut for a better attitude throughout life and better mental states as well. So let's get into this.
Let's talk about this very important relationship between your brain and your gut, okay? It's bidirectional. In other words, there's nerve signals that go from your gut to your brain and back down from your brain to your gut. I've done a lot of videos on the autonomic nervous system, and I usually talk about the sympathetic nervous system, which is the flight or fight, and the parasympathetic nervous system, which is rest and digest.
So fight or flight would pretty much be more of a masculine nature because it's more objective in its nature. Fighting is more of a masculine characteristic or expression, and flighting is obviously running away. The sense of danger, which is a very, very innate and deeply rooted behavior within human psychological complex, so that is pretty much the masculine energy of that particular response or reaction. And then the parasympathetic would be rest and digest, like I said, which rest or passivity or even digestion is all femininity, because the feminine is known for pretty much resting, aside from objective nature, which is masculine. It's more of a subjective nature, which is why the gut, which is why they say to trust the gut, because whenever you trust the gut, it is already pretty much made the decision more quickly than your brain has, and it is further already decided on where you need to be. So yeah, it's more of a feminine nature or energy.
Okay? Now, the vagus nerve that comes from your brainstem down into the gut is all parasympathetic. But there's a third part of the autonomic nervous system that I rarely talk about, and that is called the enteric nervous system. There are more nerves in the enteric nervous system than there are in your spinal cord. And so if there's anything going wrong in your gut, signals are sent up.
So there's more nerves in the gut than there is in the spinal cord, making it more of a central area for your nervous system's parasympathetical functioning, and therefore if your gut is in a bad state, then your entire intelligence and your entire nervous system and your entire function pretty much is going to be imbalanced as well. But he's going to go over all this, and then I'm further going to go over this, but check it out.
To the brain, and can directly cause anxiety, depression, schizophrenia, any altered emotional state. Thus the importance of having a healthy gut. Now, on the flip
See, so whenever you keep your gut clean and healthy, you won't come to states of anxiety, depression, stress, or even in extremities, schizophrenia, because whenever your gut is dirty, because there's a whole microbiome in your gut is a microbiome. It's if it's kept dirty, you're going to be filled with anxiety all the time. You're going to be very depressed. You're going to be very stressful. You're even going to be susceptible to schizophrenic episodes, So let's just continue.
flip side, if there's anything going on in the brain as far as stress, that can cause physical problems in your gut, like being nauseated, having.
So what he's saying is that the gut and the brain directly affect each other. Okay, so if you keep your gut dirty, it's going to affect your brain's function or your mental states or your attitudes to life or in life. And if your brain is in a bad state, if it's kept in a bad state, if you are not breathing properly, if you are literally always doing things that is hurting your brain, then your gut is going to go into a sense of imbalance, and then this is further going to throw you off as a person. Okay, let's continue.
Heartburn, stress that originates in your brain can literally cause you to have an ulcer. You can get diarrhea, constipation, and even cramps in your gut if you are stressed. So the enteric nervous system also has about 30 neurotransmitters that it works with. 90% of serotonin is.
So the gut has neurotransmitters, right? And neurotransmitters is all about transmissioning neurological understanding throughout life. So that pretty much means that your gut is able to pretty much pick up on things that which you aren't always able to pick up on with a pure usage of your thought process, and this is why the gut is said to be very intuitive, and that you should trust it, because these neurotransmitters are actually allowing you to pretty much pull in the correct experience, or the experience that you want to go through for your evolution, and it is already decided what is best for you. But it doesn't always tell you that, other than that feeling that you get to trust your gut, because it's being pulled. Whenever you trust your gut, it's because you feel this pull in your gut, and that's those neurotransmitters in action. Okay?
Made by your gut. And this is why a very common symptom for an SSRI, which basically allows serotonin to be reuptake, so it increases the amount of serotonin in the attempts of reducing depression.
So another interesting fact that I didn't even know up until I saw this video was that 90% of serotonin is actually made or created by the gut. So serotonin is all about long-term fulfillment or satisfaction, or even enjoyment. Serotonin is a very, very important chemical, and most people are very low in their serotonin releases, because most people aren't doing what they truly enjoy, or what brings them fulfillment in life. Some things that bring you serotonin release is pretty much like doing the things that truly bring you joy in life over a long-term period. Like, let's say you go to college for 4 years, and then you start to work wherever it was that you wanted to work your entire life. Your dream job, basically. Working your dream job is something that will have you pretty much releasing serotonin on the daily. Okay? Hallucinatory drugs, or even psychedelics, are things that actually release serotonin as well, and this is why they are known as the love drugs, because these psychedelic drugs allow the release of serotonin, and serotonin brings in immense states of profound joy and bliss. Okay? And aside from dopamine is obviously one of the important chemicals as well, but dopamine is more known as a little shorter of a necessary high for life, and dopamine is pretty much connected with pleasure drugs, or even various types of foods that aren't always healthy for you. And obviously serotonin comes from more of the healthier foods. Dark chocolate is something that actually brings serotonin for you. So go get yourself some dark chocolate, some psychedelics if you're into that, or just do some research on serotonin and how to pretty much bring in more serotonin to your system, because it is very, very needed. You can go take up your dream job, and that long-term fulfillment will actually have you come into a state of serotonin release as well. So let's continue.
But the biggest side effect is GI problems. Now you know why. So the microbiome is so vitally important for mental health.
So the gut is a microbiome, is what he's saying. It's literally like a little environment. Literally, it is a little environment. It's a whole microbiome in there. Your gut is alive. It's literally an environment, but on a whole different scale. Okay? And what he's saying is that it's vitally important for our mental health, because the gut and the brain are literally directly connected via the nervous system. Okay, so if your gut is very dirty, and he's going to explain this, but I'm going to go in on this a little bit. If your gut is kept very, very dirty by the foods you're eating or what you're ingesting into your body, then you're literally going to be very, very mentally ill. And most people won't even know this because their ego keeps them from it. Their sense of self-identity, who they think they are, keeps them from seeing who they actually are as an organism. And you could have many different anxiety disorders. You could have many different bipolar disorders. You could have many different depressive episodes. You can have schizophrenic episodes. You can have all of these things, and you won't even know it because you live within the ego, which is only a very superficial dimension of your mind, and it's not who you truly are. Your ego is an illusion, but you as an organism completely is dependent upon your gut's actual health. And check it out, he's going to go into this. So
21% of people with irritable bowel disease have depression. And there's been some real interesting studies on significant improvement in mood just by taking a simple probiotic. And the importance of eating certain, not just probiotics, but prebiotics, which is the fiber, like cabbage, like vegetables.
So he's pretty much saying there's been plenty of different studies that have stated that the balancing of your brain and your mental states and your moods for life and your attitudes and all of this is literally able to come with cleaning your gut. And he's pretty much saying that taking probiotics is what is needed in order to clean the gut. And not only probiotics, but prebiotics, which is getting into vegetables, which is why I push a plant-based diet so much. Because think about it like this: whenever cats or dogs, most specifically, whenever they start to feel that there is either parasites in their gut or worms, or that their gut is dirty, you see them start to eat grass. They're only eating grass so that they can clean their gut, because vegetables are known to keep the gut cleaned, especially fibrous vegetables or fibrous foods. So this is why you see cats and dogs or animals eating on grass, because they're eating that grass so that it can go into their gut, and that grass will then cleanse the gut. And then you see them throw it up because they don't need that grass anymore. It's already cleaned the gut. And they further throw up all the disease that was in their gut because it was leading to their own mental disturbance. Okay, and this is what he's saying. This is exactly what he's talking about. So let's get into it.
Actually feed the microbes, and that then help the diversity of your microbiome. So it's important to consume things like sauerkraut, kimchi, apple cider vinegar can help.
Go vegan.
And occasionally even some kefir.
Going vegan,
but you have to watch
enough,
the carbs.
trust me.
And also
It'll
some
fix up
people
your
are
mental
allergic
health.
to
Promise
dairy,
that.
so that might be
Make
an
you more
option for some
intelligent
people,
too.
but not
Forget
others.
about dairy.
Anyway, thanks for watching this video. If you really are interested in a very unique probiotic, I put a link down below.
So yeah, that was pretty much a video on the gut being your second brain. I promise you it goes way deeper spiritually, which is what I really wanted to get into, but I wanted to basically break it down scientifically for you guys, logically, and filled with reason as well, because most people are operating off of this instead of a creativity and a spirituality. But I will most definitely get into the spiritual sides of the solar plexus chakra and the gut along with it. But once again, if you do want to pretty much bring yourself to mental clarity, balance, and strengthen up your moods for life, and pretty much come out of all those mental disturbances, all you really got to do is take care of your gut's health. Okay, because your gut literally is the second brain, and all you really need to do, once again, is clean the gut. And just as he said, all you need to do is eat prebiotics and probiotics, fibrous foods, things that will help you digest, kale, dark green foods, alkaline foods, electrical foods. Okay, kale is amazing, spinach is good. various different fibrous foods for you. Eat fruits and vegetables only, and this will allow you to clean your gut more. And these foods are more alive. If you want to keep the microbiome that your gut is in a lively state so that you can feel alive and be in a higher brain function and a healthier mental state, then you need to keep your microbiome alive. You know, you don't do that by eating diseased, dead foods. You got to eat foods that are alive, the freshest fruits and vegetables. Okay? So, yeah, take care of your gut, and I promise you that you will literally stop being so depressed. You will literally stop being so anxious in every situation within life, and it will bring you to a state of patience, which is a virtuous nature. Okay, it'll allow you to rhyme like me very fluently, very, very efficiently, and very effortlessly. Okay, so it will actually bring in a lot of joy to your life. I promise that. It'll bring in a lot of serotonin release to your life, which is needed for everybody in order to just live. Okay, because that is what brings a lot of suicidal states, the lack of serotonin, imbalanced chemical states. Okay, which all result from a dirty gut. So just clean up your gut, because it is the second brain. Keep it alive, and you can do this very simply by either fasting, or you can even go plant-based. You don't always have to go full plant-based if you're somebody who thinks they need meats, but you can always reduce your meat consumption at least by 50%, because I promise you it is not needed. In fact, it is only dirtying your gut, and it is only leading to all of these mental imbalances. Okay, so I do thank you guys for watching once again, and I hope you did enjoy the video today on the gut actually being your second brain. So subscribe over here to the left of me and help me reach 100 subscribers. Drop a like on the video to the right of me and support the channel once again. Generate some static electricity from the etheric body, or the spatial body, or even the first layer of the aura. Needs to be realized and strengthened during this collective rise in consciousness. I love you guys. Have a great day, and peace out.